Caution: when rounding to a specific place value, your answer must have a digit in that place. For example, if we were rounding 24 and 97 hundredths to the nearest tenth, we would draw the arrow below our 9 and then look at this 7. Does this 7 round the 9 up to 10, or does it remain the same? It rounds it up to 10. So we need to put a 0 in the tenths place value, and we need to regroup and add the extra 1 from the 10 tenths into the ones column to make this 24.0. And again, there must be a digit in the tenths place since we were to round to that place value, or we had to round to the tenths place in this one. So again, when you're rounding to a specific place value, if that digit goes from a 9 to a 10, you need to put a 0 in that column, add the extra 1 to the next column to regroup, and you must make sure that you write down the extra 0 in the place value that's being rounded to. Round 687 and 4,953 ten-thousandths to the nearest hundredths place. Well, the first step in this process is to place our pencil tip beneath the number in the desired place value of rounding, which is the hundredths place, and it's the 9 that we're dealing with. And then we're going to look at the number immediately to its right, which is a 5. Second step is the digit immediately to the right, 5 or more. Yes, it is. It's 5. And then step number 3, because it's 5, does the 9 in the hundredths place remain 9 or increase by 1 which would make it a 10? The answer here is it increases by 1, which would make it 10. So then what's happening is we now have 10 hundredths because of this rounding up. And the 4 that is in the tenths place is equivalent to 40 hundredths. And we need to add these two together, and we will have a 0 in the hundredths place and a 5 in the tenths place. Now for step number 4, what happens to the other digits immediately to the left that we haven't already taken care of, meaning the 600, the 80, and the 7? They all stay the same, so it remains 687. And then what happens to the remaining 5 and 3 that we used to round? At least for the 5 we used it to round. Do we put zeros in their places or do they drop? They end up dropping. We drop the extra zeros but we keep the 1 0 in the hundredths place because that is the place value that we were asked to round to. So our final answer is 687 and 50 hundredths. And we can see on this slide that indeed 687 and 4,953 ten-thousandths when rounded to the nearest hundredths place is 687 and 50 hundredths.